watching RRP TV with Seb Zito behind the headphones.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
I mean, there aren't many just DJs. I think if you look back, DJ EZ, I think he had a couple of dub plates, but he's predominantly just a DJ. Ben UFO, I don't think Ben UFO makes music, he's predominantly a DJ, but other than that, I can't really think of anyone that's just a DJ. So kind of producing and being a DJ goes hand in hand. There's always been this ethos of if you don't make the music, then you won't get the bookings. But I also believe that you can have a strong online presence as well. So like your social media could be on point, and you could have 100,000, 200,000 plus followers. And promoters nowadays will look at that rather than kind of your quality of music or what you're making. But I think there's a lane for everyone. You know, I think those that want to be just DJs, you will get your gigs, but it'll be based around the quality of you as a DJ. And then you'll have those that are talented producers and those that are great with the marketing side of their work. So I guess there's a place for everyone. I mean, personally for me, I think it's all about DJ production and marketing, I guess, but I'm not very good at that side. So, but I mean, my strongholds are my abilities as a DJ and also as a producer. I think so, yeah. I think so. I think it's important to kind of explore every aspect of life, whether it's, you know, cultural or through religion or whatever. Like you're exposing yourself to more things is only going to make you more rich in what you do. I mean, luckily for me, growing up in London, you know, there's the huge black culture in music. If it wasn't for that, then I think music would be pretty boring, to be honest, you know. I come from the garage days, and obviously garage come from jungle, and jungle would have come from reggae and kind of bashment and that kind of sound. So without that, there wouldn't be all of in between to now. So yeah, I'm definitely massively influenced by black culture, black music culture, that's for sure. And without that, yeah, I think life would be pretty boring. I'd be listening to, I don't know what I'd be listening to. Yeah, I mean, definitely kind of goes hand in hand. Back in the day, you would have a residency that would be every Saturday or every Friday. Then there'll be residencies that will be monthly and bi-monthly. And of course, all these parties going on keeps the clubs going, and the clubs keep the DJs going. So it all works hand in hand. As an artist, being a resident DJ, you get to play so many different sets. You can open, do the middle set, close, jump on last minute, and that all helps with your skill set as a DJ for sure. I think in order to be a good DJ, you should really master the warm-up set. I think every DJ should know how to play a warm-up set. That's just my thinking. And of course, being a resident DJ, you get to do that. You get to do that a lot. I got to do that a lot. And I learned a lot from that. And of course, you know, clubs having residencies, it draws people, and more importantly, it draws the same people to the point where you kind of create a community within the scene. And of course, those communities then build relationships and friendships. You know, if it wasn't for Clubland, I wouldn't have met Sasha, and I wouldn't have a beautiful daughter right now, you know? So it's important, not just for the scene, I think like just for life in general, because it just brings everyone together. That's the beauty of music. It brings us all together, and if you've got somewhere to go and congregate and meet and socialise and, you know, dance away your issues and problems, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we need to keep that alive and keep that going. I mean, yeah, obviously it's what makes you you, and it's what makes you individual and different from the rest. Now, you know, a lot of stuff has been done, a lot of music has been done, and ultimately you are replicating what was once there. But the beauty is it's you putting your spin on that sound that you like. And I think what you should do is always go with what you love. Go with what you love, because that passion is what's gonna kind of keep you going, keep you moving forward. But I think the important thing is to take what you love and try to evolve it when you're in the studio. And it's simple, from, you know, always using the same kick to changing up the kick, and taking the kick pattern and changing the kick pattern. You know, it's always changing something whenever you get into the studio, and that's where you're gonna create your sound. That's when it's going to happen. The only thing you can do that really is over time. So you have to be patient when it comes to creating your own sound. Well, first they need to look after the clubs, and that's giving them the support, the financial support, in order to keep them open. Now, we've been told June, is it June, that things will go back to normal, no social distancing, and I think from April to June you've got a social distance group of 6, and then it'll go to 30 people, whatever. So, you know, you have those stages. But I think it's important that if we was to go back and everything was to be shut down again, that, yeah, they have to help the UK nightlife industry. And that's, you know, that's everyone from bar staff, door staff, lighting, promoters, DJs, everyone that they have to protect that. So, I mean, that's the first part. They have to protect us financially. They have to help us. And then it's a case of, well, I guess it's a case of us lot just making good music and putting on good parties. And I think it's a good time for UK talent to really shine. You know, I'm all up for booking international DJs. I'm not against that at all, but I think this year is a perfect time to really help evolve the UK talent. Because let's face it, you know, you want to be able to help your own. You know, like there's a lot of DJs that don't get a look in because, you know, it's oversaturated. You know, we have enough DJs here, but I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for our scene, because one, it will evolve the bedroom DJ to a club DJ, and, you know, your club DJ possible to superstar. You know, you never know. It's more opportunities for local DJs, that's for sure. I think that's the positive that we can take from all of this. I would, from the past, I mean, he still kind of produces. I'd love to work with the RZA from Wu-Tang. I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan, and he's just a fucking genius, isn't he? Really, you think what he did with Wu-Tang and then their individual careers. I'd like to go back in time and sit in all of his studio sessions, but more importantly, Inspector Deck's album that they lost. I think it was in their documentary. He was meant to be the 5th album or the 6th album, solo album, but I think RZA's studio flooded and lost everything. So yeah, I would like to go back to that moment, because personally for me, I think Inspector Deck's one of the most talented MCs from Wu-Tang, but was somewhat overlooked maybe by the others, because they probably had better commercial success. So yeah, I'd like to go back to that time. Present, it's got to be Paul Walford and Special Request. He's just a genius, man. You know, he's kind of smashing it commercially at the moment. He's created hits. He's been doing hits throughout lockdown, and I respect that. But then he's also got his Special Request Alias, which touches on drum and bass and you know, UK rave, so to say. I just think he's got a great sound, and everything just sounds so great. Everything he does, from his ideas in his special requests to the commercial stuff, which, if I'm going to be honest, I'd like to dabble in that. I'm not going to lie. I'd like to try and kind of do something similar to what he's done. So yeah, definitely Paul Woolford. Yeah.